Hey, you, listen up. The NFL season is rolling right along, and DraftKings, as an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is bringing you all the action and all the best deals. Look me in the eye. If you somehow have not signed up for DraftKings yet, well, I got a great deal for you. Download the app. Use the promo code T-Bob, T-B-O-B, and when you bet $5 on any NFL game, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly, which you can then go play with. But T-Bob, I love snaps, I love you, and I've already signed up. Well, guess what? DraftKings is taking care of all their customers throughout spooky season as you get game day sweeteners the entire month of October. So whether you're new, whether you've been around here for a while, DraftKings is the most fun place to play. It's taking care of you. Again, if you're signing up for the first time, promo code T-Bob, $5 NFL bet, nets you $200 in bonus bets instantly. So let's have some fun watching the games this spooky season. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome into a Sunday morning edition of Snaps. If my voice sounds like absolute trash, well, it's because I was drinking and smoking cigars at a cigar bar, everything I have to do on Saturday nights. But we are here to talk about another amazing day of college football. Aaron, I'm T-Bob Hebert. He's our Murray. Subscribe. We got to be quick today, so I'm not going to go through all of it. Look, man, we got to start with Washington and Oregon yesterday. The 2:30 battle of the Pac Northwest. It's what we talked about all week long. First time these two teams ever meeting as top 10 teams. Both have Heisman candidates, and it's one of those beautiful games where everybody lived up to the billing, right? I mean, everybody on both teams was just simply fantastic. Bo Nix was awesome. Michael Penix was awesome. Bucky Irvin blew my mind. The running back from Oregon, Agent Zero, doing a great job. Dylan Johnson for Washington had a good game. Troy Franklin having crazy catches on one side, and then the weapons of the Huskies and Dunze Polk on the other. I mean, just a fantastic game, Aaron.
Yeah, and it's so funny. We talk about the LSU Ole Miss game from a couple weeks ago and how that was like an offensive battle, and it got into the 50s, and I was kind of complaining like that was ugly. This was an offensive battle, but it was a clean football game, in my opinion, that I could watch every single week. And like that is a good quality football game where defenses had their moments, but it was mostly an offensive show. And you said the weapons were all over the ballpark yesterday. And I'll get right into just kind of my biggest issue with the entire thing. Dan Lanning. And I know Kurt Herbstreit tried to defend him the whole game of like, hey, you come on the road, you make up your mind of, hey, I'm going to be aggressive, and I draw a line in the sand, this is who I'm going to be, and this is what I'm going to do. Yeah. I did not agree with the end of the half. You kick a field goal. It's a 1-point game. You get the ball back at the second half. You can go down there, score a touchdown, take a touchdown lead. If you don't, then it's a 1-score game still. And then the fourth down decision to go for it, where your defense for Oregon had been playing great in the second half. They've only given up 7 points the entire half. Oregon's defense only gave up 7 points.
Yeah.
And you go for it instead of punting it, making them drive the distance to score a touchdown with no timeouts remaining. I thought those two decisions obviously were the two decisions that cost them the football game. There is a difference. There's a difference between being aggressive and being reckless. Lane Kiffin is the biggest culprit of this. You're being reckless at times because you have this mindset.
Hold on. Reckless, I agree with Lane. Nothing about Lanning's decision-making felt reckless to me. Look, a lot of times when we judge football coaches or play calls or anything, and I understand why, and I'm not even saying this is wrong, because what else do you judge? But we're very results-based in our judgment, right? Did it work or did it not? And again, you could say, well, yeah, T-Bob, that's kind of the whole point. I get what you're saying, but I do believe there are play calls that are good play calls and they don't work, but it was still a good play call at the time, just something wrong, they didn't execute it. You can't talk about wanting to take advantage of analytic situation with aggression if you don't actually live it. So when Dan Lanning comes out and he scored immediately to start the game or to tie it up, and then they go for two and they get it, like that's the same attitude of going for it before half. And look, I understand going for it before half. It didn't seem like it could get stopped. You're trying to play winning football. Is it greedy? Yes. but it's aggressive. You're trying to make them bleed, get the ball back, and make them bleed. And remember, at that time, Washington did not have a goal-to-go stop on the entire season. And honestly, you should have scored on third down. But what happened? Yeah. Great play call. Bo Nix buries a screen pass. I mean, the guy was wide open. If he hits the running back like he did all day, 80% completion, then it's a touchdown. So I get what you're saying, because I like what Dan
and I'm not and that one and I disagree with that, and I disagree with that one, but I can understand the reasonings. Like, I get everything you're saying. I'm not like on a scale of 1 being okay with it, 10 being like you're an idiot. I'm kind of like in the middle, like a 5.
Yeah,
like I can go either way with that one. The fourth down going forward at your own 50-yard line instead of punting it, once again, with Washington team that's only had one touchdown the entire half, that to me is reckless. That to me is not trusting your defense that has performed at a high level, knowing that they have to go the entire length of the field, most likely without a timeout. Just so that was too much. Because I'll go for an offensive mindset here. Sorry, real quick.
Yeah, go.
As an offensive guy in a 2-minute situation, the mindset completely changes when you have 50 yards to go compared to having to drive the entire length of the field. That's true. What your play calls are, just the anxiety that you have on starting the drive. Like, dude, you give me the ball with over a minute to go in the game and I'm at the 50-yard line. Like, all right, let's go. This is easy stuff here. Like, you go into it with so much more confidence. But if I'm Washington, who once again has not had a ton of success in the second half, and I have to go 80, 90 plus yards to score a touchdown without a timeout, there's some anxiety to that moment.
Yeah.
Where you're not going in there as with as much confidence.
Yeah, until Rome Odunze just like catches one ball and then they're at the 50 here. But no, look, okay.
But he hadn't done that. No, they hadn't done that the entire half, though.
I know.
He hadn't done it the entire half.
And that context is maybe the biggest argument against going for there. But I can't be hypocritical, right? I've come on the show multiple times and talked about what I call the Pat Mahomes principle, where don't give them the ball back. Right. If like, why give him the ball back if you have the ability to take the initiative and end the game on your own? And so it's all a bit paradoxical, because I support Dan Lanning's decisions, but you are also correct in that there is no doubt that ends up being the difference in a 3-point game. So I'm just saying, like, I actually like the call, because I don't want to give it back. I know they haven't had success, but I know who Michael Penix is. I know who this offense is. I know how quick they can score. And granted, they did leave Oregon enough time to try to go get another opportunity, and then they end up missing the field goal. But it's just I'll be interested to see how Lanning maybe shifts in the future, because, again, I actually like and cheer on the decisions that were made. But, again, he got wrong. He got everyone wrong. And
what do you walk away from? He did get them all wrong. What do you walk away from this game, Oregon, with those mistakes, not mistakes from the coaching, whatever you want to rationalize in your mind, a 3-point loss on the road with a missed field goal to send it in overtime? I kind of walk away watching that game saying that I think Oregon's still the better football team.
I fucking know. Oh my God.
I'm just going to be honest.
Just shut the fuck up. Stop.
Just to be honest with you.
Stop.
Washington was the better football team.
They beat it back-to-back years. Shut up. We can't stop playing this game. Stop trying to crown Oregon just because y'all were also riding their defense hard. No. Aaron, at a certain point, the football has to matter. I'm not going to play this game. Shut up. That's so annoying that you're going to sit here and try to do that. That's so stupid. That is so stupid. They're the better team when Michael Penix Jr. throws for 4 tuds to his boys, just launching it. Rome Odunze's just mossing people. Washington didn't even have McMillan. They didn't have McMillan. They only had 2 of the weapons, and all they needed were 2.
And Oregon didn't have the 2 of their starting corners for the entire second half, and they shut down that offense with their backups. I will say the one thing that surprised me and I was impressed with was Washington, and this was early on in the game, like first possession, their willingness and ability to execute running the football. Like, if they could do that this year, Washington reminds me a lot of the 2019 LSU football team, where like they're not horrendous on defense by any means. Like that's not any.
No, that just pisses me off. Y'all been disrespecting the Oregon. Y'all been disrespecting the Husky defense, and you're still disrespecting the Husky defense. Even though they win the game this time around.
I'm not trying to disrespect them here. I never disrespected them before. I just
Yeah,
said
you
Oregon
are.
was the better defense. That's not disrespecting them. I'm just saying in fact, if I would have picked which defense would I prefer to have on my team, I'm picking the Oregon defense.
The
But the
disrespect
Washington
comes in the
defense,
form of saying Oregon is still better when they just lost a second year in a row. Is Ohio State still better than Michigan? Oregon just lost a second year in a row to Washington. Okay, close game both times, but guess what? Kalen DeBoer, I told you, Kalen DeBoer knows how to win championships, knows how to win big games, knows how to win close games.
Let me get to my point about
No, fuck
Washington.
your point.
Let me get to my point about Washington. This is identical to the 2000. Yeah, your children are in the room. This is an identical football team to your 2019 LSU football team. Like, and there's and that is a team that could obviously win a national championship. When you have that kind of offense and the way Michael Penix Jr. is playing right now, who should probably be the favorite to win the Heisman, you don't need an elite defense. You just need a good defense. And right now they have a good defense. I'll give them credit. Like, it's a good defense with an elite offense and elite playmakers and a quarterback that's dealing. And if you continue to show me that you can run the football at times with Dylan Johnson, I don't know if anyone's gonna be able to stop them. I really like this Washington football team.
I do too. Washington living up to all of our billing, all the love that we've been giving them all year long. I mean, but a great game. And again, you're right. Look, Oregon is a great team as well.
Yes.
I don't think they're as good, but they are a great team as well. Will they rematch? We'll see. But shout out. I mean, we spend so much time talking about Land. I get it because that is the inflection point. But yeah, I mean, I want to celebrate DeBoer, Washington, the environment, the fans, Michael Penix Jr. Like I said, I mean, I know you always talk about the importance of weapons and how could you not be obsessed? I mean, you don't even have McMillan and Adunze and Polk when you had to have it. If you get one-on-one, just throw it up and trust your boy. And it's got to be so nice to be Penix because they make you right. And Penix has that awesome, weird lefty rocket arm with the weird delivery.
Why is it weird? It's not weird.
You don't think his throwing form's weird?
No, I don't at all.
Oh,
I don't
really?
I think maybe because you think it's lefty that it's weird. I think.
No, I feel like I don't know shit about quarterback. I just always feel like he almost has like a sidewinder sort of delivery. Maybe not. I guess I don't know. But
I mean, you look at listen, like there's so many different ways to throw the football. To me, it's like, is it compact? Can it get out of your hand in a hurry? And do you throw the ball with accuracy?
Weird's not bad. I just when I see
I'm
it,
just
maybe
saying,
it is
like,
the lefty. When I see it, I'm like, oh, well.
I think it's more. I think it's more for people. It's just a lefty thing because
That's probably true.
There's so many. The variety in which you see righties throw the football nowadays, and we don't complain. You know, it's more lefty. He is unbelievable though. The way in which he can, and we talked about it last week on our show, the accuracy in which he throws it. It's not just the completions he makes because anyone can throw for 80%. Like, I think we get thrown off with like, oh, someone's an 80% completion guy or a 75% completion guy. Like, he's an accurate quarterback. And yeah, he is an accurate quarterback. There's a difference in the way in which that accuracy is delivered and the way in which Penix throws the football. It's not only getting completions, it's allowing his receivers to catch the ball away from leverage, away from defenders, catch it and score touchdowns, catch it and get yaks.
Yeah.
His accuracy is a different type of 80% completion.
The 2-point conversion was awesome when they spread everybody out and he threw it. I think it was like a tight end, but he just
right by the defender's hand.
Yeah. I mean, just right. I mean, gave his hand a little handshake on the way to the receiver. It was he was awesome. The weapons were awesome. The environment was awesome. Shout out Washington, massive win. One of the other big wins of the day, guys. I hope when we have Colin Wilson on Fridays, you start listening to this man. I mean, we already felt good about Notre Dame all week. But
I wonder how much he made because that was his, what do you call it? His hot sauce bet?
Hot sauce thing. Hot sauce. He said it's one of them bets where if you win this one and you lose all other 12 weeks, then it don't matter. So I did, and so because of that, I ended up doing a heavy play for me. Nothing heavy for most out there, but a heavy play for me. And look, man, it played out pretty much exactly how everybody said. USC was going to struggle with the physicality of Notre Dame. USC was going to struggle with the weather and the environment. But Colin bringing the extra little bit of information across the finish line told us, remember, Notre Dame wants to run. I can't remember what coverage it was, maybe cover one, but Notre Dame mainly runs the coverage that Caleb Williams is worst against. And well, Lo and behold, there you go. This was a top 5 pass defense in the country in Notre Dame, or top 10, and they looked like it, man. What did Notre Dame do to make Caleb Williams end up sub 200 yards, like, 50, 60% completion, 1 touchdown, 3 picks?
There just weren't a lot of open receivers. I mean, plain and simple, like that. The DB showed up. There wasn't when Caleb Williams, because he had. I talked about it last week of the sense of you don't want Caleb Williams to get into drawing outside the lines. Like when he's running around and moving, a lot of times those turn into explosive plays. Well, when he was moving and trying to create with inside the pocket, one, it seemed like there's a lot of havoc still. It wasn't as clean for him to just run freely to create open lanes. And two, the DB's plastered on the back end. Like no one was open. Like when you can run around like Caleb does, the beauty of it, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard this before, the beauty of when a quarterback creates outside the pocket, it's hard for a DB to match up with receivers for 4, 5, 6 seconds. And that's why guys get so wide open when you face USC. The receiver finds a way to create separation, and he has the arm strength and the ability to contort his body in unique ways to deliver the football with accuracy. And every time that he went to do that yesterday or last night, guys weren't open. They weren't. It was a mixture of incredible defensive play and coverage on the back end. And Caleb just had a bad night. It was just a bad night where he was trying to do too much against a really good defense on the road. And I've been in that moment before where it just seems like anything you try is just not working or is not going to work. And it sucks. And it sucks for USC because they're in such a huge microscope right now. But it was the worst night for them to have a bad night. And Caleb was just not feeling it. And Notre Dame, man, good for you guys. Like you kick butt. And you flip over to the other side. They did what they needed to do. I mean, they didn't have the ball a ton because their defense but they didn't make any mistakes on offense.
Yeah, it is weird. And exactly right. I would take credit Notre Dame for being very good situationally, right? You get a turnover, you maximize it by turning that into a touchdown. And so you look up 48-20 final score, and you're like, oh my God, they must have dominated. But interestingly, it's like 250 total yards for Notre Dame, 3 of 10 on third down.
Only 25 minutes of possession. You would think heading in this game, Notre Dame would dominate time of possession because of running the football.
Yeah.
But like they didn't have to, because once again, like it wasn't a super sexy performance by Notre Dame offensively, but they got a bunch of short fields and they took advantage. Like you said, when they got turnovers, they scored touchdowns. You get a turnover, you put it in there, you make them pay for it.
And that's how you bury a team. That's how you make it. That's how you break a team's spirit. And that's exactly what you ended up seeing this game. So what a great feeling for Irish fans. It's been an insane year. You've just been in constant battles. And even through the disappointment of Ohio State, where you're right there, and Louisville last week, now this is a good win that you can celebrate at home in South Bend. It always feels good for a Notre Dame fan to beat USC, especially to beat the hell out of a top 10 undefeated USC team that had the reigning Heisman winner on it, and you made him look absolutely pedestrian.
I mean, how frustrating is it, though, for Notre Dame? I know you hate playing hypotheticals, but you are one possession away and one player away.
I know.
Don't forget, like, how much is that going to haunt? Because if you lose one game for Notre Dame, you're 11-1.
You're in the playoffs.
There's a really good high probability that you're still in the playoffs. That 10 player on the field against Ohio State losing on the last snap of the game.
Here we are trying to celebrate Notre Dame fans.
You could be 7-1.
Their lowest moment. You're just bringing up all their pain and all their.
It's just amazing to me. Like, but heading into this game, we were having a legitimate conversation about like, where is Marcus Freeman in his second year as a head coach? Like, how much is he on the hot seat if they lose this game to USC? Now all of a sudden they win in a big way, and my mind shifts to what could have been this season for Notre Dame, because it is a good team. Like, there's some issues on the offense side of the football. Their playmakers are really still not there, but I look at their schedule and they still should be, favorites for the majority of the way there. I don't know what the line is going to be versus Clemson, but it's at home. One possession being down 10 players instead of 11 could cost you a spot in the playoffs, which is unfortunate. But man, I'm happy for Marcus Freeman. I all the videos of him celebrating.
Look at
there's two people that really won the day. And then there's two people that won yesterday. Marcus Freeman And then the speech after the game, going back to Washington, Michael Penix Jr., the emotion of him
I haven't seen this
was
speech. I gotta see
awesome.
it.
Yeah, he was on the field and was tearing up a little bit, talking about what the win meant to him and his family and his teammates. And I thought that was a really, really cool moment. So those two definitely won the game, but good for Marcus Freeman.
The LSU game had already started at that time, so I didn't have audio on Washington at the end. I was just having to watch in the bar. Okay, we have 3 minutes till we gotta go. So we're not gonna get any. I mean, we'll recap everything Monday on Snaps, YouTube.com/@volume_snaps. We'll get to the Colorado blowing it against Stanford. I mean, just the first real bad coaching job of the Prime era, which of course every conversation starts with Prime. With Colorado, and other losses, other close games are where they are. This was pretty much a disaster. UNC asserting themselves in the ACC, beating Miami, saying no, it was a good game at first too, but they pull. Next to Florida State, we are going to be the ones who will be in the championship when the season ends.
Tez Walker, man, for North Carolina, my goodness. I mean, you're talking about igniting that offense. His second game back, 6 catches, 132, 3 touchdowns, just a deep field threat. Damn. Drake May, another 4 touchdown game. And Drake was even great in the first half. He was kind of erratic, didn't seem comfortable, but didn't make the big mistake. Tyler Van Dyke made the big mistake. 2 interceptions. They had some fumbles. They had a fumble on the goal line. That was the difference in that football game. The same thing with Notre Dame and
USC turned it over 5 times. What are we talking about?
The team that didn't shoot themselves in the foot was the team that won the football game. North Carolina wasn't a great football game on offense. The numbers looked good, but it wasn't super smooth. But they found a way not to screw up in the first half. Miami did, and that's the big difference.
Oh my God, how could we bury the lead here, dude? Congratulations to Georgia. Going on the road, getting a tough fought road win. Look, everybody.
There's cranes everywhere. There's
that's what I'm saying. It's a classic hard hat game. Classic hard hat game. Everybody always says it, so it doesn't need to be said, but I'll say it anyway. When you go into Nashville to play Vandy, you got to pack a lunch. Thank God Georgia brought that brown paper bag, a little ham Sammy in there, because they needed it.
Yeah, it was. It's a tough environment, man. When you have a jumbotron hovering over you, just kind of blowing in the wind, that's intimidating. It's a construction site. There's just so many distractions there. I get why Georgia did not have, and I hope everyone understands the sarcasm coming out of my voice right now.
No, he's not being sarcastic. He actually believes this stupid shit. Trust me.
Listen, they won the game.
What's
they're not pushing themselves.
How hurt is Brock Powers?
But he's not that hurt.
Okay,
I'm just happy now that Florida won yesterday.
Oh my God, and Graham Mertz
5-2.
Oh my God,
5-2 Florida Gator football team. So that's gonna be a quality win. They may be even ranked in 2 weeks. It's gonna be a quality win for the Dogs, baby. I told you, don't sleep on Graham Mertz.
Oh my God! All right, y'all. Well, hey, look, we got to go, but on Monday's snaps, we'll have all of it, dude. We're gonna recap all the big games, get into all of it. I cannot wait. YouTube.com/@volume_snaps. We're live. Come chat, come hang out. I gotta go, bro. I'm pretty hungover, and I'm about to have to go to church. Then I got to bring the kids to a birthday party, then cheer camp afterwards. My wife's working all morning. So wish your boy luck.
We're off to a school Halloween party right now. So.
Oh hell yeah, dude! What are you gonna dress up as?
I'm not dressing up. I'm not. I've yet. It's not even Halloween. I've yet to go shopping for an outfit.
I have a costume box at home. You don't have a costume box?
I do not have a costume box, but you're also 3 kids ahead of me.
No, I've always had
going off. No, is your wake up alarm going to the back?
Yeah, I said it. You can hear that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. No, this is pre-kids. I had a costume box. All right, y'all. We love you. Please like and subscribe. YouTube.com/@volume snaps, Google Snaps, podcast, rate, review. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow for some more snaps.